Wednesday, 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. She dropping knowledge on head and it's free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every A. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. Know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Hello, welcome to the Casual Konvo show where we have conversations about topics that affect the communities, personal, and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I am your host, Coco, and of course, joining me every week, as always, my co-host, the amazing DJ extraordinaire, Big Bosco from the Bronx.
What's up, y'all? Happy Wu-Tang Wednesday. Hope everyone's doing well.
You.
We ready to roll as we do.
All right, so I guess we're gonna jump right in it. As usual, we start every show off with mental health check-in. I think I'm gonna go first. I'm gonna just say this: I can't wait until Friday because I'm off Friday. But I think I don't want to say it's a bad thing. Honestly, I don't want to say it's been bad. I think I've had a week of awareness, and I think I see the importance of mental health. I think that's what my last 2 weeks have mainly been about, is not only being able to help people through their own personal struggles, but more importantly, learning how to take care of myself within that storm as well. But also just being aware that sometimes when we think our mental health bad, somebody mental health worse, somebody's situation worse, and it's kind of like you just got to take care of yourself. You got to take care of your own mental. You just got to do what's best for you mentally. So I'm gonna say, I'm not even gonna say it's been bad. I can feel like it, but I'm gonna just say I'm blessed. I'm glad that I still have my sanity. We're gonna say that.
Same here. I had a little situation the last 24 hours with a certain individual. But I talked to you. I talked to my cuz, Marcy J. Shouts out to her. And it's all good. It's all good. There's a bigger picture out there that we're trying to draw. And we can't draw it if we're distracted by other things. We have to be the author of our own book, our own story. And we have a big story that we want to write. And we can't write it being distracted. So all good. Black power. What's up, J-Bear? What's up, dude? What's going on, man?
Oh, okay. So yes, J-Bay said let's pray for Morgan students. Can I take like 2 seconds on that real quick?
Yeah, it's funny he said it because we just talking about that off the air, but yeah.
We were literally just talking about it, but also, I want to say, I'm sorry, I'm trying to turn my fan off. Hold on.
Are you straight? What's up, Matrix? You just came right in time because that's what we're actually talking about. What's up, Lisa Lee?
Damn.
Chief baby in the house. What's going on,
So,
Lisa?
I think what I want to say is, for Morgan students, yes, I pray for the families and all of that stuff, right? Mm-hmm. It's really, really unfortunate. But I also want to say most of our HBCUs here in Baltimore are not secure at all. They like wide open for a lot of things to happen. But more importantly, last night, and I did, as soon as I noticed it and I said something to myself, somebody had made a post on social media about don't just pray for the Morgan State University families. Pray for the other people who were shot, stabbed, murdered, or whatever last night in Baltimore. This citizen act went off so many times, like right around the same time there was a shooting downtown, there was a shooting somewhere else, and it's kind of like, when does it just stop? But then it's kind of like it's true. We polarized. one type of thing, yes, it's a campus shooting. It's unfortunate. It happened on a school campus, right? But then what about the dozens and hundreds of lives that's lost literally every day, every hour, all the time? And granted, we can say, oh, black on black crime, da 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 da, we doing it to ourselves. Same thing. Like we just had this conversation, and no shooter was found from Morgan. So in my mind, I'm thinking, was it another student? Was it a teacher? Because if they're checking for, and the students like, oh, okay, I'm safe, I'm safe. That's easy,
Mhm.
because there was no barricade, there was no nothing. So it's still alarming. So it's still a thing of we're still doing it to ourselves. But then it's like the bigger conversation of like, we just dying left and right.
Same here with Johnson C. Smith. You can just walk right onto the campus, and I think in our community, we do have a problem, and I think the problem we have is sometimes we have those in our community. The one thing I hate is people who say "free my nigga this, free my nigga that." This is the same guy who was terrorizing the neighborhood, but y'all want him free, homie or not. The dude was terrorizing the neighborhood. We got to stop policing our own neighborhoods like we did back in the 60s and the 70s with the Black Panthers. We got to get these guys out of our neighborhoods. I mean, I don't care if you're homie. That's not your homie. I remember when I was coming up in the 90s and the 80s when they had late 80s, early 90s when the drive-by shootings were just starting to come around, and kids were getting killed, and people like, I'm not snitching. And I always say the stop snitching thing is one of the worst things we put in our neighborhoods, because we hide those who commit these crimes and innocent people die. You know, if you're out there doing dirt and you get killed, I mean, I'm not saying you deserve it, but you know, you live in vice, you pay the price. You know not to be there. But if I'm just walking home from the store or going to, and I get shot, do I deserve that? No. You know, I'm it's frustrating, because we're always praying and praying and praying, but we're not taking action. We got to get these guys out of here, man. Period. And that's the beef I had with a lot of people, because they always tell me, "Well, you saying this?" I said, yeah. I said because I don't like it. That's why I tell you, I'm so confrontational with males. People say you always say something about black women. No, I'm like an animal in the jungle. I'm confident. I'm which the hippopotamus. He cannot stand other animals. And that's how I am. With males, I have a real low tolerance with males. I get real aggressive, and that's why I'm always having confrontations on social media. I hate aggressive people because I get aggressive. But we have to use that to get these guys out of our neighborhoods. And I'm just saying, if it comes to us arming ourselves and getting rid of them, I'm gonna say it. That's what we got to do. But we got to get them out of here. Period. I think he's muted.
I told you I'd be trying to make sure I don't like.
Oh no, I want you to jump in, because you might add something and catch something. I need you to check me.
I need you to get the full thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just think it's just really,
Mm-hmm.
really unfortunate,
It is.
that things gotta be like that. And then like, hey Lamont,
What's up, Lamont?
I just look at it sometimes like, is it ever a point where we just think like, is it worth it? There's so many bigger things that's happening around us that's bigger than a petty beef. That's bigger than, oh, I don't like this person. And we are not even aware of what's getting ready to come, which we're going to talk
No.
about tonight.
Right, right, J Bear, bring back NOI.
So I guess that leads me to, I guess, introducing what we're going to talk about tonight. Is we're having an open discussion. So something has changed along the along the weeks as we've been doing open discussions. Usually we just go by like current topics of things that have happened, but I want to, I guess, again, and I know I usually say it like after the show on like social media, but thank y'all. The amount of engagement that you guys are giving us is like great. So tonight, open discussion is from you guys again. It's things that you all have sent us, whether it's in conversation and messages and DMs or whatever, of things that you was like, hey, this will be good. You know, we
Mhm.
want to hear your thoughts on this. So we try to gather them as much as we can. We're going to cover as much as we can and try to
Mhm.
get them in like we can. No, it's not a Q&A, but it's just certain topics that's been happening recently
Sup, sis?
that you guys want us to talk about. Hi, Marcy.
What's up, Marcy? Marcy,
Um,
thanks for the talk, yo.
so the first one, let me go.
Mhm.
Y'all ready?
Let's roll.
Okay, that's not the right one. I'm sorry, I don't have my I don't have my printout. Okay,
Let me see if I got mine. Oh, okay.
no, I got it right here. I usually be prepared, but I'm not today. So the first thing is like, okay, the shutdown that just occurred in the government, right? Well, luckily we didn't have the government shutdown, which would have affected many people, many people, and a lot of us didn't even pay attention to the shutdown or what was included of why
Mhm.
we are going broke. So something said, I don't know if Jude on here or not, look a little deeper and just start paying attention to the political arena. There is so much going on that we are paying out for that is not being paid for here.
Mhm.
And some of the people who we are against are literally speaking up for the American people. And I say that to say the reason why they could not pass the budget is because there was a larger group who did not want the war in Ukraine funded, right?
Right on.
So because we lost so much money, our military was losing so much money. So just think about it. If we go into a shutdown, all of these government, our military is affected, everything is affected.
Mhm.
We're already pulling troops away from certain, and I'm not talking about borders from Mexico. We have other borders for like to counterattack in case we are attacked.
Mhm.
A lot of those areas are being left open from what was discussed. So a lot of parties refuse to sign the bill because they still, even though we supposed to be in a deficit or you know
Mhm.
whatever's going on, they
Mhm.
want to still send billions of dollars over to Ukraine. And they got
Mhm.
they getting weapons, whether they old or not, and billions
Mhm.
of dollars when there's so much here that needs to be done. So finally, the only reason why they avoided the shutdown for 45 days was because they pulled that money that they wanted to send to Ukraine and all of these other countries to try to persuade and manipulate
Mhm.
these countries to come back and be allies with us.
Yeah.
So now we got a 45-day period, but you know they still trying to finagle it and wiggle it in for
Mhm.
the war in Ukraine, but not understanding we are so vulnerable as a country right now. And
Mhm.
we got so many countries looking at us,
You know,
ready to attack.
yeah, and I agree with you, Lisa. I'm done with all of them. I'm done with him. I'm done with Trump. I'm done with all of them. And this may sound racist, but it's not. I'm done with these old white men running this country. These old rich white men running this country. We are doing bad right now. You know, the Ukraine has never done anything for us. We can send them billions of dollars, but that's why I love that video you sent me with Candace Owens. We are sending these people billions of dollars, and she was saying, I wouldn't give them shit. We got our own things going on over here. Why are we fighting all these wars for these people? We got our own problems here. The money we put over there, we could put here and build this nation the way it's supposed to. We're supposed to be the richest nation in the world. But why do we have so many homeless people? Why people who were doing great are doing bad now, barely making it? Like California, I saw there, it's like the national living wage, they're like 80% over. And I'm like, even here, it's supposed to, we're 16% over here in North Carolina. Why are we so high over? I mean, just to say under. Why isn't the living wage? Why are we getting paid according to what the wage is being? Um, they say we should make $68,000 a year. I don't make 68,000. I don't make that. I got a good job, but I'm not making 68,000 a year. No, I'm not. I tell people. So, and the government shutdown. Why? I mean, Why are we even getting? We shouldn't even be getting close to a government shutdown. That shouldn't even be. That should be the furthest thing from this nation's mind. A government shutdown, because we sending all this money. And I tell people, I used to be a hardcore liberal, not this liberal they have today. That yo, let's do this. Let's plant roses. Now I've never been that type of person, but I'm so tired of it. I'm so tired of it. I'm not liberal nor conservative. I'm tired of both sides. I'm tired of the liberals right now because it's more like, let's just be nice. Let's just do. I don't want to say the word I want to say, but bump that. We need to start caring about us. You want me to say it? Fuck that.
Okay? Oh, I'm the only one that's going to be
I'm gonna say it.
Oh, okay.
That. We need to take care of home. You always take care of home first. Exactly, Jay. The rich are getting richer.
But see, that's the thing. It's the economy is affecting their businesses and their money. So technically that's a true statement, but not so much. Because think about it. They can't increase, they can't do certain things. And when you start to when certain areas of our economy is affected, it literally affects everybody. And right now, where we are economically, everybody is affected, including the rich. That's why you see so many rich people trying to get out here and really hustle now.
Yeah, it's true.
Because their bank account is affected, because now they're getting taxed. The businesses are suffering. The businesses that they have their money in is also being affected. And I know at some point people are like, oh, own this, own that. Ownership is not even a thing now because that market is being affected.
Yeah.
So then when you look at the other countries who are right now against us, think about it. When we sanctioned Russia, Russia teamed up with China, China and Russia teamed up with Africa, then they teamed up. Europe and them, they've been on the fucking fence. They've been riding the fence this whole time because they really don't want to lose Africa for real. So when you think about it and you look at the dollar and you look at that, the trading has went down as far as like how we get stuff. That's why eggs, and that's why we trying to make food, because we done messed up our soil and our country because we depended on all of these other peoples for goods for our everyday living. So now that price went up. So when we sanctioning people, guess what they did? They raised the price on us. So now they are trying to make one coin that's going to pretty much smash the value of American money.
And you know what the thing about it? That's why. And when you had said at the top of the show, we worried about the wrong things. Like we worried about the Earth is flat. I don't give a shit. The Earth is flat, square, perpendicular, triangle, pentagon. I don't care what the Earth. There's more important thing. And we're worrying about all this other shit. This is why I tell people, watch the news. Stop saying the news is bullshit. The news is the plan. I've said it 1,000 times. The news is the plan. They are telling you what they're going to do. The reason people don't see what they're doing, why? Because they don't pay attention. So it's like they're hiding in plain sight. What's the saying they say about us black people? You want to hide something for black people? What do? Put it in the book. They're putting it on the news. I mean, it's not necessarily true, but I'm just saying it's just a stereotype.
No, I was going to answer. Lisa said the news makes her sad. I feel the same way.
It does. It does.
I'm gonna tell you the secret. Don't watch your local news. Watch international news, because the international news is going to explain a lot of why what's going on locally is happening. People hungry.
You know what you need to watch? Watch Al Jazeera. You may say, "Oh no." Watch Al Jazeera and watch BBC.
Yeah.
I have or Asian news. I have not watched our local news maybe 15, 20 years. If I hear something, I'm like, okay, I'll look it up. If I pop on my phone, I'll pay attention to international news because it seems like they know more shit than we know. They know more shit about us than we know about us.
And the Congress has their own like YouTube channel. When they were in session for the shutdown, that was open to the public. They were beefing left and right, and they were coming out and they were out on the table. Yes. And when I tell you, that's where you get the raw, because guess what? They forget that we can see. And I'm gonna tell you, because most of us don't pay attention to that. Because we doing a mute challenge. No shade about Beyonce, you did good, but I think I like how you made your revenue. Yeah. But at the end of the day, that whole thing was going on during that whole time. And then on top of that, nobody can see. We about to get towed up, literally. And I know everybody said we got the best military, we got this, we got that. We are low in a lot of stuff because we don't have no money. We losing allies. We don't, and that's why we
You see,
damn
they
near
don't want to give raises.
right. We damn near begging people to help us. And the way that they were saying China is positioning themselves around America, and then you got um Russia and
Russia.
Africa joining, and the prince over there in Saudi Arabia. You see him?
Mm-hmm.
He wishing anybody would. He don't care who it
He
is.
don't care
He
who it
said the
is.
worst thing y'all could have did was gave him control of nuclear weapons.
Mm-hmm.
He went public and said that. And I was like, bruh, we in trouble.
Don't watch Fox. If you're gonna watch Fox, don't watch it religiously.
Mm-mm.
Because I learned I used to watch Fox and CNN at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and I saw how oh no, and this is not a diss towards Fox, but when people who work for Fox say I'm out of here, even Candace Owens, Miss Candace Owens, she even dissed Fox. Stacey Dash, she was like they use me. So Fox will tell you what they want you to hear. Watch Al Jazeera. Watch BBC.
No, you can watch it, Lisa.
You can watch it, but don't watch it religiously.
It's just like when we always say change your algorithm and change your narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So if you
I
are
love Candace Owens, yeah.
most Republicans watch Fox News,
Fox News,
things
yeah.
like that. Most Democrats watch CNN. So
Right.
the thing is to be able to differentiate or watch them all. But then when you the tea, the real tea is when you watch the sessions, the votes,
Exactly.
the bills, when that stuff is getting passed, because all of them platforms are in there and they're pretty much telling you their version of what happens. But when you see it and you see the people who are saying yay and nay, especially when it came to this shutdown, them people, I was like, it be your own people, because I ain't gonna lie to y'all. I don't be liking them all the time, but they was
But
on
they
the
be in
money.
there going
They was
in.
on the money with this one, and they really
And they be cussing each other out.
Now,
Like Lisa,
Lisa,
I'm gonna take Matrix. Candace Owens ain't great, but I'm gonna tell you, like me and Coco say, sometimes don't pay attention to the messenger. Listen to the message.
not only that, look at her method, because when Candace is on, she's on. Now sometimes Candace make you want to choke slam my ass, right?
You ain't lying.
Now, what I noticed lately, you got to pay attention to her. She says some coonery type stuff, right?
It depends on the platform.
But when she says it, look who invites them on their platform. When she gets on the platform, she shuts it all down. And I noticed that I was watching something and I was like, damn, she killing it right now. But I'm looking at what platform she was on, and she was surrounded by Republicans. But she was all like for like women rights and all of that. She was shutting everything down. And I was like, but she just said on, and I had to literally go back to what she had said on another platform. So she gets herself to these bigger platforms in front of, and she tears their asses up. So then I'm like, oh, she got a little method to her madness. Is it right or wrong? For me, it's cool. You do what you got to do to get your message out, because guess what? Everybody paying attention to her, and see, they done fell in love with her so much because she seemed like she straddled in the fence. But really listen to her.
Yeah, like when you talked earlier, I remember seeing a show where she basically say, "I just cater to them because they put me on their platform." I gotta find it, but that's what she does. Because you seen the one with me and you watched where she was like, she was laying that shit down.
Okay, let's have another conversation. You're right. Matrix said, "Look at the platforms." Okay, let me ask you this: do you know Candace Owens got her own platform? So I'm gonna explain one thing. When you look at it, now is it right or wrong? We may not agree with the method to how she's doing it, but guess what? They all come over to her platform, and now she raised her platform, but on hers, she don't talk like she do on theirs. But when she go on there, see that the thing is, okay, I'm gonna tell y'all how we really feel and how we done. But then the flip side to that also is she's not gonna follow or say certain things that maybe you and I might say, because you got to also look at her background and where she comes from and her upbringing and the culture of her upbringing. Even though we're all black, we still come from a different culture, a different lifestyle. She wasn't in like the gutter, the stuff like that. So even when she does speak on certain things, she can't relate to that because she's never experienced that. Now, if she sees certain things that are not just or being done wrong, okay, we all have an opinion about that. So sometimes we got to dig a little deeper and see, okay, this is where she coming from. So now I think what I've learned to do instead of just knocking it, I was like, damn. So just think about it. You think if when me or Bosco get invited to like a Fox News, we ain't gonna go? Yes, we gonna shut that shit down and tear that bitch up.
Damn. I'm going. I'm like, yo, bring me back. But Lisa was saying she watched CNN.
It expands your platform.
I'm going to tell you why you don't like CNN, Lisa, and don't take this personal. Certain regions don't like certain people. Like if you go to the Northeast, they tend to like CNN because I gotta give CNN props. They will keep it 100. They will keep it 100. If you live in the Midwest or in the Deep South, you tend to not like CNN. They're red states. Red states don't like CNN. They don't like them. That's why. Because I'm not a fan of Fox, but you know what? I tune to Fox because I want to hear what they say. And when the thing I saw with Fox was during the election, they were reporting nothing but lies, and it came out that they were lying. They were like with what's that knucklehead they fired because of the sex stuff. He was on. What's his name?
Not Tucker. Wasn't Tucker?
Nah, not when Tucker.
The brother.
No, not him. The white guy had his own show.
Wasn't he the mayor of New York, brother? Him?
No, not him.
It was another one.
It was the white guy.
Oh, the little white blonde head guy.
Yeah, I can't think of his name.
All the chicks that work.
Right, and see, they kept covering for him. Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah.
Bill O'Reilly. People who watch Fox was like, Bill O'Reilly, yeah. But what came out? He was actually doing that shit. They fired him. Then they had to pay all that money out. That's why I say you have to watch both because in between both is the truth. CNN and Fox. In between there's the truth, but you have to watch it with an open mind. You can't go in and say, "Oh, it's CNN." Oh, this is Fox. You can't do that. That's why I say, if you watch BBC and Al Jazeera, they will tell you the facts. They know more shit about us than we know. And with Candace Owens, I found with Candace Owens reminded me of Stephen A. Smith. I'm going to tell you what. On ESPN, Stephen A. Smith will piss you off. But on his show, the Stephen A. Smith show, he keep it 100.
And he's likable.
He's likable. And see, I tell people, I don't like Stephen. I said, you have to watch his show because he don't give a damn. He will tell you straight up. He's so likable. You be like, oh, this is how you, because he'll tell you, I can't say shit over there because it's Disney. I got to watch what I say. But he said, on my show, I say what the hell I want to say. He be giving relationship advice. His show is dope. But you have to watch the news. The news is the plan. If you don't know the plan, you don't know what's going on. All of our so-called entertainers will like Beyonce and Jay, all of them, but not one of them tell you need to pay attention to what's going on out here. They don't tell you that. They say, watch me, look at me. I'm da-da-da-da-da-da, but they don't tell you, do y'all know what's going on over here? Do you know what the Saudis are doing? Do you know what the Russians are doing? Do you know what the Chinese are doing? Do you know Africa lined up with both of them? They don't tell you that.
I want to do I want to challenge everybody to watch an Egyptian news show for like one day.
One day.
I'm going to tell you why. It's not even about politics. They are about life, the cycle of life. They study the water, they study the animals, the ecosystem. They really, when you want to know what's going on, what's coming with land and what to do and what's really depreciating and life, they worry about resources. That's why we keep trying to go over there messing up their stuff. They have a lot of resources, but they're rich. And yeah, Africa too, they're rich in other things. But see, Africa, Africa got it out for us right now.
Yeah.
The bulk of Africa got it out for us right now. But Africa about their money right now, and they're
Hmm.
about bringing themselves up, and they like y'all not taking nothing else from us. Right
Right.
now, Africa is about protecting Africa. And I agree
Hmm.
because it's think about they was getting penny on the dollars. We were taking
Hmm.
from their culture. We were messing up their land. We were
Hmm.
messing up all of this stuff, and then which I'm probably getting ready to jump the gun. And before I say this, I'm not trying to attack anybody. I'm not. When we went,
What did we talk about last week? Whatever you say, I don't mean
yeah,
Woo, you just talking about
please
last week.
don't.
Okay,
I
I'm
mean,
joking. I'm joking. Go ahead.
please don't take it the wrong way. But
Yeah.
we really put our foot in our mouth when we went over there instead of sticking to the agenda
Hmm.
of the political agenda of helping, of doing certain things and trade and making
Hmm.
sure it was effective for both. What's that lady name? She pissed me. I didn't forget. Y'all know I have a blank when people piss me off. I forget their name. Right, the VP chick. So she
Oh, Kamala Harris.
her
Yeah.
that thing. She go
Yeah.
over there. Never said anything about the purpose of what her trip was for.
Nope.
She went over there because of their culture. See, we have a habit of not respecting people, cultures, and beliefs. Now,
John is right.
whether
Most
we
certain schools is not welcome in most places. It's true.
right. But whether we agree or not, right? That wasn't what you went there for. That's
Right.
none of your business. How their citizens, what their culture is that. And the first thing you do, that's disrespectful. The same way, okay, we the land that are free, that's fine. Every other continent has their own thing. I'm quite sure, like Matrix said, she watched Asian news. They got their
Mhm.
own culture. They some of them, some places over there, you can't have but a certain amount of kids. It
Hmm.
ain't that they saying they're against abortion. They like you better not. So who are we to go over there and say, "Oh, you have a right to do da 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 da"? No, that's that, and that's why
Yeah.
we have that's another reason why we have the issues now because we try to push our beliefs and our culture, which is open. We don't even really have a culture for real if you really think
Mm.
about it,
We don't.
because we just embrace so much. But we want everybody else to be like that. So you went over here and offended these people, knowing we have resources. Guess what? Gas went up $10, eggs went up $10, everything. Cheese curls, the little 50-cent bag of cheese curls went up to
Even
$3.99. Like,
Debbie cakes at
bro,
250. They used to be 25 cents like two
well,
years
yeah,
ago.
because you running your mouth, and then every other country follow suit. Because guess what? We did the same thing because we were so used to being bullies
Yep.
and bullying our way and being disrespectful. It's just we just put our own foot in our mouth, and it's like, what was the whole thing? So now
Hmm.
we got the floodgates open, which was another reason for the shutdown.
Hmm.
Everybody coming here. You see New York, they sleeping on the streets of New York. But guess what they wanted to do? They wanted to open up these buildings that were these businesses that was shut down and open it and house immigrants who came across the border illegally, but you never once opened them same doors for the citizens of the United States that's homeless.
Right.
Same thing here, same thing wherever you go. And so when I hear the people who we normally disagree with in these sessions say, we need to take care of our own, we got bigger issues here. I'm with
Yeah.
that.
I'm with them.
I'm with that.
This is why I said about being liberal. I mean, I probably still consider myself a liberal. However, I'm one of them old school liberals. You still got to earn your shit. And I think we're at the point now to we just like to give shit away. Ooh, that's why when I say plant roses, that's what I'm talking about. We let everything, oh, we should do this. No, we got people who've been here, who were born here, raised here, who were sleeping on the street. Why is the richest nation in the world have the highest freaking incarceration rate in the world? 2 million people incarcerated. That's why, like look at technology.
Mm-hmm.
TikTok and all this all around the world is they're teaching you technology and all of this other stuff, but not in England, not in the UK, and not in America. We get all the coonery and fuckery and everything. But you go to China, the kids are learning technology. They're learning this. You go to Saudi Arabia, they're learning how to, do the ecosystem and agriculture and all this other stuff. Same with Africa, but not here. That's the one thing. And I am not a Trump fan. in the least. But the one thing he did was he was trying to regulate that stuff on TikTok.
And you just answered J-Bay question.
I know.
I'm not, I mean, we hate to hate him. I hated some of it.
He didn't get along with all the countries though. But he one thing he did say, we need to take care of our shit. He did say that, even though he's having the shit made in Mexico.
Yeah, but not only that, but he took literally the statement, keep your enemies close.
Yeah, friends close, your enemies closer. Yep.
And he damn sure did. He had their ass right where he wanted them, so that way he knew how they was moving, but he still knew that we needed to benefit because everybody that controls oil right now and natural resources don't like us.
The only problem he had is he divided us along those lines. He had his own flock.
Yeah.
If you was a Democrat, even though you might respect it, if you were a Democrat, he wanted nothing to do with you. Because they were Democrat, like I'm independent. But because I wasn't part of his flock, he would want nothing to do with me. That was his problem. That was his biggest mistake. Rather than saying, look, y'all, we can do this. I don't care if you're independent. I don't care if you're Democrat. I don't care if you're Republican. But he wanted his own shit. And that was his downfall. Because when he first went in, I was like, I'm going to give this man a chance. I'm going to give him a chance. I didn't vote for him. I'm going to give him a chance. But then he did that. And I told people, I grew up in New York. I knew what type of, the guy can make money, but he also failed too. And I said, this is how he does. And people, no. I said, no, this is Trump. This is what he does. That's why the USFL failed, because he said, I'm going to do this on my own. I'm the shit. Yep. And the whole league failed. He tried to sue the league and take over, and it failed. That was his problem. Now, when he walked out of, and I know I'm getting off subject, the problem why I always say give someone a second chance. But the reason I wouldn't give him a second chance this time, because of what he's doing now. Also, as a convicted felon myself, and the hundreds and millions of convicted felons around the United States, I was blessed to get a job because of my education and my knowledge of what I was doing. So Marriott hired me and gave me a good position. But there's a lot of felons who can't get jobs. There's a lot of felons.
You're hit a sore spot because you don't.
Let me finish. And also, there are people who were not convicted of felons, but because they were charged with a felony, they can't get a job. So why should he be able to be president?
Can I say something?
Yeah, I was done. That's all I want to say.
I agree and I disagree. I'm gonna tell you why. The thing that I noticed, but I do want to answer J-Bay in the same sentence. So when we talk about felons and jobs and everything, you know how I feel about that right now. And then I'm gonna go into what I see that we think don't affect women, but the last 2 weeks has proven me that it's different. So when you say, so basically no one followed the blueprint, J-Bay, which blueprint you talking about for him for what, creating allies? Because with doing that, there was a lot of manipulation and lies, and I need you to believe this so I can get this, which is a lot of people, the politician way to do business. But let's also not forget, every time a president in office, you still have to clean up before you can get right. So when he came into office, there was already a whole format and rollout that he had to keep going, and he could tweak it. So he walked in when messes was already being cleaned up. The same way when Obama came in, certain things were already being rolled out. He just had to pick up the pieces and keep it going try to do this. But the one thing I will say, let's not take this away when it comes from him. What I will say is I did see a lot more of us working when Trump was in office. One, because he brought more jobs back to America.
Right.
Two, it might not have been all the jobs that we wanted, but I did see a lot more people coming home and felons being hired for jobs. There were different programs, and these programs had money to house and employ felons so that they can transition into society. A lot of those programs no longer exist because they're no longer funded because we don't have money.
Right.
Or they had people on a waiting list for like 5 to 6 years. So which leads me to the other piece of when we say, okay, And I always be like, how can a person come home? And we always say, well, we got all of these criteria and requirements of who is eligible for what. Who does not need housing? Who does not need health care? Who does not need work in this country? And we supposed to be in the land of the free, and you supposed to be able to survive, conquer, and make this money and live the American dream, right? So
I'm laughing at Matrix. Don't pay me no mind.
so when we come,
don't start the Matrix. Don't start that.
That's coming up. So when we get to that, now Lamar, I'm not saying he did a whole lot, but I will say the job market was different, because one thing he did do when he shut down certain stuff, and he was saying bring them businesses back in here, me working and doing the stuff that I do, I seen people going to work. I seen that for a fact. Are people working now? Am I having a hard time helping people who need work find work? Yes, I am. Why? Because they don't fit the requirement. Am I having trouble finding people housing who need housing? Why? Because they might have had a background, or they might have had this, or they might have had this. So I'm like, okay, so what does a person do who's working 2 and 3 jobs, who need housing to avoid homelessness, but because they might have got locked up 20 years ago, they are disqualified from finding a job? Because the housing market and the requirements to buy a house or to even rent a house has changed dramatically within the last 4 to 6 years.
Yeah,
we really want to be honest.
Yeah,
but we already know he had the housing market washed up, so he ain't care if you got what you had on your record. As long as you can pay this security deposit, double security deposit, you was gonna get up in there. But that, that's just, I'm not saying that he was the best. I'm not saying that, but certain things did happen. We can't take that away. We got to play fair.
I think with him,
No, that's what I was saying, Lamar. He did come in and certain things were already rolled out.
I think
I did see certain things when we had that border issue. Then when they closed, there was an increase in employment, because a lot of those. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend nobody.
No.
But when certain people couldn't get the jobs no more, and they wasn't, and you couldn't underpay, because they would. Some people would take anything because they didn't want to get deported. So when that started happening, and you couldn't employ these people no more, you had to show proof of your employees. You had to pay the taxes, all of that stuff. More people start getting jobs.
I think I said my thing is, the problem where he went wrong is, like I said, is division. That's where he went downhill.
I agree.
Because he should have been like, look, I got y'all, but he lost him when he said, well, look what I'm doing for the black people. Obama, do you have to say all that? Just do your shit. Just do your job. And then that's when he got his men. See, my fear is if he got back in office, you know how he got his little minions and how wild they be acting. That's the issue. That's why I don't want to see him in there, because when his little group, he got that little group who just don't know how to act, and they're gonna wild out. Period. Because they look at January 6th. All he gotta say is, "Yo, man, I don't like this shit." They're ready to freaking blow up the world. But let's move on to the next. Because we got a lot of questions, man. We got a lot of questions that the plan of the Ace run in the U.S. The Ace were running until they. Oh, never mind.
We be dealing. We are dealing with a mess that he did, but we also dealing with a senile ass. Let me just go here to the next question, because you're gonna.
You were right. A senile ass president.
You're gonna make me talk about the one we got in there. Like, I mean.
Yeah, let's move on.
Make it make sense. I mean, ain't none of them really for us, because we ain't even for us. If you really want to keep it a buck, I'm just saying the difference in what I see. Just like I do agree that with the healthcare thing, that shit got janked up. A lot of people didn't agree. A lot of us blame Obama for not having health insurance, but I seen an increase of people getting healthcare. Everybody didn't get the shit for free. Right. And that's what people was complaining about, but everybody was eligible for healthcare. And then you had some people, a lot of us, who quick to demean us, trash, and to this day still trash Obama. So with any president that sat in that place, you got your good and your bad.
Right. Next question.
I'm sorry, cause y'all know
Log out, Matrix.
I be getting lit.
We ain't do no kung fu viruses this week.
It's getting ready to come big time
You
soon.
ready to come back? It's about to come back as the Grandmaster next.
Okay, I think we kind of already touched on the possibility of war with China because we just wide open.
Yeah.
I mean, I think a lot of us are in denial of that. Oh, it will never happen. Let me just say one thing.
Never say never.
Not only that, I'm gonna challenge y'all again. Keep up with it, just for maybe 1 or 2 days, and tell me if you still think the same thing.
Okay.
Today was enough for everybody to understand there is something big coming. What do I mean by today? When have you seen them do this whole warning where everybody in the nation has to be tested, your cell phones, your radios, your television, any type of devices, just in case
Let me
of a
tell you something.
national emergency?
Let me tell you something, Coco. When we did that in the military, guess what happened? We was on the boats on our way across the water. They told us this is what they told us before we left. Pack up your stuff and write your family.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, we about to go across, we about to go to war. Next thing you know, I got lucky. But a lot of guys, they put them right in the thing. I was like, oh shit. And I was getting ready to get out. They wouldn't even let me out. They told me, you can't get out. I was doing my paperwork to get out. And they said, we gotta put your paperwork on hold.
Yeah. I wish Optimus Prime and the Autobots do come, Matrix.
Yeah.
But that's coming up in the second hour. However, but this next one, I don't know if he's still in here. It was asked if we could discuss Keefe D being arrested for Tupac's death and how Diddy is allegedly connected.
I'll be brief on this. John made a point last week, and I totally agree with him. On my wall, he said Keefe D is terminally ill, which he is, and basically he's telling everything. And I'll say it, Diddy had something to do with this. We did talk about this last week. Matter of fact, we did. That's all I got to say.
He did exactly what he was going to do. We all knew. So now y'all know. They get ready to do Biggie. Check your email. Okay, I'll send it to you. 1 second, please. I'm in the middle of something.
The link is the same link every
Same
week.
one, right? The same one you already got.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I agree. Everybody say he talked too much and he did, but it was a matter of time because over the last couple of the last couple of years, it was already speculation.
Mm-hmm.
It's always like a lead to it. When soon as
Mm-hmm.
he hit and they tried to say he reached billionaire status, you notice all of Diddy's secrets start coming out, and what they say, more money, more problems, right? Soon as he started doing that, all the stuff started coming out more and more and more frequently, even down to Jamie Foxx. When Jamie Foxx, whatever, it was all Diddy was up to that. You know, Diddy did this, Diddy did that. And it's kind of like, oh, okay. So we all know, well, I think we all kind of knew in some way deep down that Diddy got his bull crap with him. Now, I didn't think he was like,
I did.
just putting out hits after hit after hit after hit after hit. And I was like, little puffy, but okay.
I did. A lot of us in the Bronx, in the Wakefield area, in Mount Vernon, we knew it. We knew it. Everybody up in Wakefield. Wakefield's a section further up in the Bronx as you get close to Mount Vernon. We all knew it. And I lived in Wakefield. We all knew it.
Yeah, I mean, I knew he had something to do with Pac, but I'm just like, are we surprised that somebody eventually was going to come out? I mean, most people want to live the best years of their life. The money probably done ran out. Diddy probably got overly cocky, said, I ain't giving you nothing else.
Yeah.
And you know, just think about it. If you do something that you know you could get hemmed up for and you keep all of this evidence, you knew at some point you're either trying to, what is it called? Why do I keep drawing these blanks with words? When you, what is it called when you bribe? Not bribe. I don't want to say bribe. Extort.
Extort. Yeah.
When you want to,
get the money out of somebody. Yeah. Extort.
Yeah, when you want to extort somebody or in an event that they want to do something, you gonna tell all. I feel like he was just waiting. Did he probably said, "You I ain't paying you. It's you. You done." And then all of a sudden he trying to do that petty thing with giving back this, and the third, because they all probably got something on them. but not knowing that they're still getting pennies on it. I think this is going to lead to exposing the truth about Biggie as well, because
Yeah,
Biggie never been talking.
yeah. I think when at first I had my feelings toward Keefe D, like, man, you talk too much. But then as I thought more and more, and I was like, and shouts out to John Walker, I thought more and more, I was like, he's saying stuff because he know his time is short. He's like, look, I can't go to my grave with this bullshit. You know? Exactly. King Paul, Craig, Mac told all of them. Yeah. And yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
G Dep, Black Rob, Shine, all of them. They all got you know. Yeah, Keefe D did say it in 96, but the thing about it, with the book, and now Keefe D's been doing a lot more talking, just talking. He's like it's like he's preaching. He's preaching the gospel. Like he's basically, it's like he's saying, like, people
That's
need to
what
know.
they're running. It's
People
like
need to
he
know.
releasing everything. He ain't trying to take nothing to his grave. He trying
Mhm.
to get into the gates because he already know. Because when he went up there and got, they was gonna be like, hold up.
Mhm.
So he making sure he gonna be like, nope, I already told that. I did that. I cleared that. It's almost like that. Repent for your sins before you know
Mhm.
it's your time.
Yep.
That's what I think about that one.
What's the next
Yeah,
question?
Suge Knight been talking. That we just
Yeah,
want.
Suge
I
Knight been
mean, wasn't
talking.
nobody listening
Yeah.
because it was Suge.
Yeah, next
um,
question.
why do people always blame the devil when people die? It's a two-part question. Well, two-part thing. And why do they blame the devil and say the devil is always testing them?
My niece sent that question because she wanted me to let everyone know that she said that question. Accountability. It's just like people say, I thank God for me being successful. I blame the devil because I didn't make it. No, you didn't make it. And see, people like to, and don't get me wrong, I am not vouching for the devil in no way, form, but people don't want to be accountable for what they did. They don't want to. The devil maybe did. It's the devil. It's the devil. No, dude, you did this. And the thing about it, it's just like, it's funny when me and her were talking about this. It's like when people, they like singers, when their career fails, what do? They start singing gospel. And like, well, when you was making your money, it was all good. Like TD Jakes, and I know I'm gonna offend a lot of people. Why is this Negro always with P. Diddy, Puffy, whatever you want to call him? Nigga always with him. Hugs. His girl up there twerking. That's your man's, huh? I guess the devil made him do that too, huh? He got your boy the gay man. What's his name? Tyler Perry laying hands on him.
Did you call him?
I mean, I couldn't think of his name. Medea. That's why I say gay man. I don't mean to call him gay, but you know what I mean. He got Tyler Perry laying hands on him, and he laying there shaking and shit like, and I'm gonna keep it 100. Even in the Bible, and it says in the Quran about putting on a dress, he's shaking. He got freaking TD Jakes shaking like he got the Holy Ghost, like he just touched the third rail on the number 2 train in New York going to the Bronx and Manhattan, shaking and all this other nonsense. Get out of with that bullshit. But they had Diddy's party though, where they got booed people shaking their ass and all that. But he there, both of them there, Tyler Perry and TD Jakes, freaking millionaires who got people coming to see them. I know I'm off the rails with this. Got people coming to see them, spending all this money. Oh, TD Jakes, I'm gonna buy his book and all this shit. But he would probably one of the dirtiest, grimiest Negroes on the planet. Diddy, get out of here.
I think I'm gonna save my answer.
Yo, exactly, make it with them tight ass jeans.
I think I'm gonna save my answer for after the break, only because it's going to take us into what we did, and then based off of the chat, I think everybody know I'm gonna take it to another level. I'm gonna go a little bit deeper than what surface. So I guess I'm gonna take the last couple of minutes because I haven't done so this entire hour. I think I got a little bit into the conversation, so I just want to do some support, appreciation, and read some of you guys' comments. Okay, and I'm gonna save my answer, and when we come back, we're gonna we're gonna start there because it is gonna take us into some of the other things that was to be
Hey, we got
discussed.
them other questions. I like them other questions. We got to
Um,
them in.
I'm gonna start here because we got over like 100 something in here. So Matrix said Optimus Prime virus coming, and then J-Bay said I'm gonna call. Actually, I'll send you the link when we go to break. When we go to break, I'm trying to get in the habit of interrupting too much and doing other stuff. Matrix said he talked too much. Talking about Keefy D. J-Bay said, "Give me the link. I heard you the first time. It's coming." Matrix said he shouldn't have did that book. Lisa said, "I believe he did." And then Matrix said, "We knew it when Peg died. If you are a true fan."
Mm-hmm.
I just said Peg because you know Baltimore.
Yeah.
And then J-Bay said it again. I need the link. then Jay said, "Puffy hand is in a lot of chat." And then Matrix said, "The streets don't lie." And then she said, "Biggie next, then Big L on period."
Mm-hmm.
And then Paul said, "Diddy ain't Craig Mack, Total, Shine, Mace, Jenny from the block. Got the, I can't see the other word, got the something, G Dap Black Rob." And then J-Bay said, Keefe said it's in 96, said it in 96. He did it. Matrix said he is the only one left. And then Lamont came through. There is an industry rule. After a certain amount of years, you have a credit back publishing. He just did it early.
Mm-hmm.
And then J-Bay said, even Suge Knight talking. And then Matrix said, did he not paying him to keep quiet anymore? Boom. Then J-Bay said, Coco, you said it a couple weeks ago. The devil was an angel. I did.
Most
And
beautiful
then
one.
and then Matrix said, it's the choice you made. This is when we switching the conversation onto the why do people always use the devil for their bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And then J-Bay said he gave to you when you were talking about Tyler Perry. And then Paul said because that keep them from saying that saying the God and Jesus they have been
talking about
talking
it's
about
not in
is not in
control.
control. Evil is done because he always allow it. This Bible and Christian living just ain't adding up. And then Matrix said, it's those tight ass jeans. And Lisa said, yeah, I don't watch him. Then she said,
good job, Lisa.
You want to start talking like you when you say my comments now. Okay, please do me right. Do me right. Because ain't nobody come here do me right yet. You can come up here. And then J-Bay said, I don't sound like that. Get up here.
Let me ask Lisa a question. Lisa, are you blonde or are you redhead? Because I can never tell. That's why.
I think she a redhead. I like the red hair.
Yeah. The redhead is dope though. The red is dope. I always want me have been Facebook friends. I don't know how many years now. Almost as long as me and you. Me and you've been friends the longest. About the longest. But in fact, I think I met Lisa like right after you or about the same time. It was somewhere in there.
They're probably around the same. We was all in the same group.
It was the same time.
So
you, Samika, and Lisa, all three of y'all, and Jeannie.
So before we go to break, I just wanted to let everybody know, like I did, probably ongoing until we go on a hiatus. Please come out every Sunday and support Ham Radio from 10 to 2 at the Farmers Market in Baltimore, Maryland, Irvington Community 21229 on Collins Avenue. This is come get your produce. You can support businesses, local farmers, everything, and also come out. Bring your kids. It's a whole family thing. It's great music, friendly environment, and of course, get your fresh foods. Listen. Y'all got to cook for Halloween because if y'all like Halloween, y'all got to get your stuff ready for because we like to freeze everything. Get your stuff for Thanksgiving, get your stuff for whatever, however long, because y'all think if y'all keep stuff in the freezer for 5 to 10 years, it's always good. So
hey, watch your mouth. I do too.
Oh, I was judging you. So listen, go get your stuff. Again, that's the Farmers Market presented to you by Ham Radio and the Irvington Community Association, which is a dope community association. Every Sunday from 10 to 2 p.m. So we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to come back with my commentary about this dabble business. Then, ooh, I dropped everything, y'all.
Hey, Lisa, go as a Giant fan.
But we gonna I just dropped the whole thing.
I
Y'all ain't
heard
hear
it.
that.
Nah, yes, we did. So like Richie last week, dropping bottles and stuff.
It's okay. We just gonna go like this. Okay, so no, but we gonna come back. I'm gonna give my little commentary on that. But also next week we gonna I'm gonna remind y'all about we're gonna do a show on supporting local and small businesses. So don't go nowhere. I'm gonna pick all the stuff up that I just dropped. We live. If y'all listen, I'm sorry. So we be back in like 5 minutes.